Perfect. Perfect. Welcome to Dirty Fanatics United.
Falcon fans, Falcon Nation, Dirty Fanatics United coming at you live on a Tuesday night. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button. Be sure to leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell if you love Atlanta Falcon content, because Dirty Fanatics United is coming at you daily with the content. As always, I'm your host, Chase, a.k.a. C-Money, always followed by my co-host, Phillips, a.k.a. Avitz. Phillip, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
It's a blessed day. I'm living. I'm blessed. That's all I can say.
A lot of Falcon content to talk about tonight, as obviously this is episode 68. Philip, racking up on the episodes. The title tonight is Falcons Media Matters, because Falcons Media is going crazy on the social media sites as far as Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. Philip, before we get the show kicked off, anything that's stuck out to you here in the past, 24, 48 hours since this week started off?
Just anything related wise, or certain players are showing that, from what I'm seeing on, Twitter and everything else, that certain players are showing out that you really wouldn't think would possibly be doing, but hey, they're doing it anyway.
Yep.
It's a good thing to see, honestly. I don't want to say his name because, obviously we're going to get into that. So,
yes, sir. Roll call, Philip, before we dive into that very exact subject that you are talking about, sir. Shout out to Kiki in the chat, Wallace Smith on YouTube, Carlin Bunch, Brandon Keeler in the chat. Falcon fans, hit that like button, share us to another Falcon friend. We are talking Atlanta Falcon football. Kiki in the chat said, "Hey, Brodies, what's up, sis?" Shout out to Kiki in the chat. Kiki, when the season kicks off now, we got to get you on here, a little 10, 15-minute interviews, let you get your thoughts on the season and your views of what's going on here with this team. Shout out to my boy Wallace Smith in the chat. Said, "Fellas, what's going on?" Wallace Smith, shout out for being here, brother. Hit that like button. Carlton Bunch in the chat said, "Yo, what up, DFU?" Shout out to Carlton Bunch, man. Much love to you, sir. Brandon Keeler in the chat said, "What's good, fellas? So glad to see y'all." Brandon, shout out for being here, brother. Glad that you're in the chat. Hit that like button and share to a Falcon friend. Shout out to Brandon Keeler and his podcast, The Sport Nuts, over on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, etc. Get at Brandon Keeler at The Sports Nuts. Shout out to It's Caleb in the chat says, "LOL lyrics." Mom in the chat said, "I'm always down." You heard Kiki. Philip, write it down. Kiki, special guest before the season kicks off, man. Caleb in the chat said, "What's good?" Caleb, what's popping, brother? Glad that your sis is headed home from the hospital, brother. Glad that everything worked out there. Much love to you and your family, sir, as Caleb is a brother to me and Philip. Next door neighbors since we were knee high.
2015.
Yeah, man. It's been a long
14 actually. It's been a long time actually.
Philip, it's time to talk Falcon football, and you've talked about it. You sent the notification over to the group chat. Philip, lead it off here with your favorite thing that you've seen the past few 48 hours.
As we have, I don't know, everybody's been aware of certain things going on, but one thing in particular I want to talk about: Clark Phillips III. As we've heard already, he has been shining in training camp, and 2 weeks ago, as we speak, he had a pick six in practice, in OTA's practice. I don't know who the quarterback was, but for him to have a pick six in OTAs or just in practice in general, it's just, from a guy that's looked at like he's just, just a little nobody. But Hey, he's making a name for himself, and I'm glad to see him stepping up and playing to that, like showing he's ready to play to that ability, like he wants it, like he's got a chip on his shoulder. You know, it's always a good thing.
Phillips III, a guy that me and you was very big on. Me personally, when we drafted him, I started doing the Google. I actually left a YouTube short of the guy, Clark Phillips III, and said that he would be the steal of that draft class. Philip, this is the year to prove me right that Clark Phillips III will be the steal of last year's draft class. Philip, I believe Clark Phillips III could take that next leap here. As you said, Raheem Morris, high praise on Clark Phillips III since he's arrived to Flowery Branch. Philip, I think that speaks volumes, along with the fact that Raheem Morris even brought up that Clark Phillips III had a pick six. I mean, that's pretty dope. Along Clark Phillips III, a guy from a smaller college as it was, 5'8", 5'9", not a very big cornerback, very fast, has a very good vertical to be so short. Philip, a.k.a. Brent Grimes 2.0. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that would be amazing here in Atlanta. Philip, Clark Phillips III, could he be a starter in the league?
Oh, absolutely. I don't see why not. He shined at the end of the last year. He took some. Who was it? I don't remember who it was last year. Now that I think about it, but
Okudah.
Yeah, he took Okudah's spot at the end of the year. Whether you could argue saying Okudah had the nagging injury, but he did come back fully healthy, as they said. So I'm gonna base it off of that. But he took more snaps than what Jeff Okudah did at the end of last season.
Mm-hmm.
As we were there, and a lot of pass breakups, and then of course, he had a little bit of too handsy at times, apparently, but I think it was clean.
That was the rookie. Personally. That was the rookie inning, bro. That was him still adjusting to the new NFL rules.
I like it though. It gives me Robert Alford vibes. He's aggressive. It's showing that he's
Robert Alford. Another great comparison, Philip. That was a good comparison there. A guy that I've completely forgot about, man. Robert Alford, dude.
I can't forget about Rocky, bro.
In Atlanta, man.
Can't forget about Rocky, bro. That pick six.
Stud.
I mean, he made a pick six on our quarterback now, bro.
Yeah.
To win the game. Man, he was stud in the Super Bowl. That postseason.
Dude, that whole year,
Rocky was a beast.
Was legit that year. Shout out to the boy Alfred, man. Always like him, man. If you ever shout out Rocky on Twitter, if you retweet something, comment on it, he's always very, very fan friendly. He's usually reaches back out to you. So shout out to him for that. Shout out to Brandon Keeler and Chase. Said, I gotta ask, what do Falcons do? Philip, what do Falcons do? Rise up. Baby. Yes, sir. Caleb in the chat said, thanks, bro. Yes, sir. All love this way, brother. Carlton Bunch said Clark Phillips III, he was coming on strong last season.
Exactly.
Facts. Stole the words right out of Phillips' mouth. Clark Phillips III was definitely coming on.
I'm rooting for the guy even more now. We share a number, bro. We share a number now. Yeah, I
forgot. He did have the jersey swap. That was a good call.
We sharing a number now, so I'm gonna ride with you, brother.
Brandon Keeler in the chat said, Chase, we at the Sports Nuts Podcast love watching the podcast. Please, everyone, like, subscribe, follow, and share. Hashtag DFU. Falcon fans, subscribe to DFU if you are new here to the channel. 398. Help us reach our goal of 400 here tonight. 2 more subscribers. Just need 2 more, folks. Send it to 2 more Falcon friends that you know that is not subscribed to this podcast, man. 400. We give out 4 free Rise Up Tour memberships. Shout out to our guy, Thomas Scott, for this.
We are $3.99 as we speak.
$3.99 on a YouTube
channel. So whoever was that last follower or subscriber was, shout out to you, man. That was a blessing.
Yes, sir, man. We want to reach that 400 goal badly tonight, man. That's why we did the pop-up show tonight. Talk Falcon football. Bring you content about the team we love and you love just as much. Philip, headed to the comment section here. Chase and Philip, could this year's defense rank in the top 5? Philip, a very, very great question here from Brandon Keeler about the Atlanta Falcons defense ranking a top 5. Philip, give me your honest opinion. And if it's not a top 5, be real with it. At the podcast, we all come with our opinions, and we're still fans at the end of the day. We're not bashing the team, but we will give you our honest answer here at DFU. Philip, top 5 ranked defense here in Atlanta. Now, remember, before you answer this question, let's just talk about the opponents. We know what's going on through week 5. We know how tough that's going to be. We know the quarterbacks, just quarterbacks alone, not even speaking on receivers. That's another thing, Philip. Receivers that we're facing this year. Clark Phillips III, if he does become CB2, is going to be tested early on in the season. But as well, I mean, some iron sharpens iron, baby. I mean, that's how I look at it. Iron sharpens iron. Philip.
Seeing that we were a top 10 last year, even as a team that was what was our record? I don't like
7-9, like it is
7-9
years, like
top 10 defense at 7-9 that's a statement. We have a lot better coaching staff. You know, these guys look like they're ready to work better than what they did with the previous coach. Mm-hmm. We ain't gonna say his name; he's an op now. But
shit.
They seem like they're willing to go out there and play to a different ability. I just don't see why not. We can't. Just like Raheem said, why not us? That's my biggest thing. Why not us?
Facts. That
so
mentality.
That there in my mind is telling you, yes, I believe we can be a top 5.
Love it, man. Philip spitting facts here at Dirty Fanatics. Now, if you're just tuning into the channel, hit that like button, leave a comment, be sure to subscribe, ring the bell. We are talking Falcon football here at DFU, bringing you
the Dream Wars, baby.
Constant Dirty Fanatics United content here. Philip, great answer there with your top 5. Could this possibly happen here this year? Philip, I'll feed off of what you said. Why not us? Why not us? Because you said it as well as I did, to have that presence in the locker room of Raheem Morris, a defensive-minded head coach. Philip, what happened last time we had a defensive-minded mind coach? Super Bowl.
Shout out to Dan Quinn for that. I would still respect you.
Very, very nice. I think this defense with the new front that you brought in, I think Okorohu, however you pronounce his name. Philip, I'm huge on this guy, bro. I really believe he is going to be the surprise pick of this draft. I called the receiver later in the draft, but Rook is going to be a really big surprise here in Atlanta. I think, Philip, Zach Harrison is huge. How could he not fill that role Calais Campbell left open? I feel like he learned so much. He learned so much in that rookie season behind a Calais Campbell, bro. I think this team could really be deadly. You have so many rotational pieces, and a lot of people are forgetting Eddie Goldman that is going to be here. He is in training camp. He is practicing with the team. Didn't have
to be here at rookie training camp. But he did anyways. He did it
as he should have.
Along with the rest of the team. Didn't have to be there, but they did it anyway. So shout out to that. That to me, that's the leadership on Raheem. Like I said, they're willing to get there. That's why I believe we can be a top 5 ranked defense this year.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
Along with offense as well, because
and I'll keep it a buck here, bro. I'll keep it a buck because I ain't like we got the greatest secondary league, because we still have a question. Right. We still have a Richie Grant question in the backfield. We still have a Richie. We still have a Clark Phillips III that could potentially be a cornerback 2 here in Atlanta, filling big shoes, Philip.
Mark my words, Richie's gonna surprise us this year.
And I really hope he does, because this is contract year for Richie, because it's make it or break it, and he's in a new defensive scheme. He's with a Jimmy Lake. Jimmy Lake loves to do blitz packages, which is going to call on that floating secondary cornerback in the backfield to do his man-to-man duty back there, as I should say. And Richie Grant, one of his strong points was man. Zone, not too great in zone. But we'll see what happens when it comes to this year. But Richie very well could have progressed in this new defensive scheme with Jimmy Lake. Maybe Jimmy Lake and Raheem Morris just has a way of pulling the best out of these players, man. I really hope that, because to hear the presence of what Raheem brings to this team, I think the team is feeding off the hype right now, bro. Like, we ain't even played a game right now, but we're so full of hype right now. Like, it's going to be deadly, I think. I really believe the Falcons surprise a lot of people here in the chat. April Thomas said, "What's up, everyone?" April Thomas, shout out to you for tuning in. Hit that like button. Share to a Falcon friend. We're trying to reach 400 tonight at 399 on YouTube. Share. Caleb in the chat says, some special guests soon. Question mark. A big special guest soon. A very, very big special guest. Caleb with the good comments here, man. Mike Johnson, former Atlanta Falcon guard / tackle, joins Dirty Fanatics United to talk Falcon football. Shout out to our guy, Cody Keeler, for making this happen. This will probably happen next Tuesday around 5:30, 6 o'clock. Be early in the looks for that, because we're going off of his schedule, so it will be, and it could change from Tuesday to Wednesday, from Wednesday to Thursday. But stay tuned with Dirty Fanatics United on Facebook groups, YouTube, Twitter, wherever it is that you watch DFU, be watching for this breaking news here for Dirty Fanatics United. Very, very excited to have Mike Jones here on the podcast. Philip, Cody Keeler made this happen, man. Shout out to Cody for bringing the first Atlanta Falcon football player on the podcast, man. It's very, very big achievement of DFU we've been wanting to do for a while. Shout out to Lyrics Mom in the chat. So do y'all think both Drake and Kyle have 1,000-yard season? Philip, take it from the Hounds, though.
Again, why not? Hey, just from looking at the footage, man, Kyle looks 100%. There's no limp. Even saying, well, I'm not gonna say Drake had the limp, but just the placement of the balls where Kirk's placing it for both of them is just spot on. They already have like a connection, and it's early in the it's early. Like normally you don't see a connection until later on in actual training camp. But they already got that connection. The placement of the balls there, the routes look clean. I mean, it just from what we're seeing.
I'm gonna pull this up as you speak on this.
Everything just looks right. So yeah, I don't see why not. I could definitely see at least one of them getting 1,000 yards, if not both. You know what I mean? So I can see
question for you from me: who reaches that 1,000-yard period? Because obviously, Falcon fans want to see Drake hit it. We've seen Kyle Pitts hit 1K here in Atlanta, but obviously Kyle Pitts is on contract year. So who is the main priority here? Do they have a main priority, or does it just happen how it happens? Talk to me.
I don't see it. I don't think it's a main priority. I just think it's going to be like if it happens, it happens type of deal, like between either one of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't necessarily see, but in a way, it'd be like a friendly competition. Let's see. I would love to see that. Let's see, like a bet, let's see who can get there first. But I don't necessarily. If I had to choose one, it's tough. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I kind of see Kyle Pitts in a way.
Kyle Pitts, man, goes off.
But my heart wants to say Drake. but I'm just it's my.
I'm having trouble finding this video I'm wanting to pull up. If y'all bear with me here for just a second, I'll try to find it. Philip, I think both players hit 1,000 yards, and this is why. Just the comments from what Bijan Robinson has said. How he will fill in more of a CMC role here in this new offensive scheme. Philip, that speaks Kyle Shanahan offense to me, and that means Drake London, Kyle Pitts going deep in the West Coast offense. Philip, obviously, the dropping footage that you were talking about, I'm going to pull that up here in a minute, about how the dots are taking place in Flowery Branch so early. Something we haven't seen in quite a while, man. They were kind of shy on the media when Ritter was back there and all these other guys are back then. So it's been kind of shy on footage for the past few years. But Philip, a nice clip here. I'm going to restart so we can watch here on the channel. But guys, look at the placement on this ball.
Shout out to the Falcons for posting this video.
In the breadbasket, 2 feet down, touchdown here in the A. Sound the train horn because we just put 6 on the board. Philip,
Kirk has got a zip on that ball, and it's amazing.
It looks really good.
We haven't seen a zip on a ball since Matthew Thomas Ryan.
Facts. That man just said his whole name. That's how you know he's for real. Brandon Keeler said, Chase, $3.99 is what it says. Shout out to whoever that last 99 person was. Shout out to you. We need one more to reach 400 here tonight, guys. Please hit that subscribe button. Leave a like, comment. We're trying to reach 400 here tonight. Share on your Facebook page. Share to a Falcon friend, whoever. Share, man. We talking Falcon football. Dwayne Ruffin in the chat said, my people, we in here. Shout out to Dwayne Ruffin, man. That's a diehard right there. Shout out to Dwayne. Miss Auntie Pam in the chat said, hello, Chase and Philip, and everyone in the chat. Shout out to Miss Pam for checking in on this Tuesday night on the pop-up show. Miss Pam is in the chat. Hit that like button. Leave a comment. Dwayne Ruffin said, exactly, why not us? Philip's been calling it, man. Why not us here in Atlanta? Carlton Bunchman in the chat said, Kirk and Drake with the fire emojis. Preston Sapp in the chat say huge potential with these young players, and hopefully they step up to the plate. Exactly what I'm speaking on, Philip. We've got to have the connections. We got to have the rotational pieces. You've got the defensive lineman. You've went and you've really stacked your D lineman. No, that wasn't your first round pick like a lot of people thought it would be, but then you went and got a Michael Penix Jr., a guy that's possibly the best quarterback out of this draft class. No one knows yet until Penix.
I will say this, and I'm not going to brag, but this is me telling straight facts. He is the only one who has not been on social media that says he's been struggling in OTAs. I will say that. JJ McCarthy. What's his name? God, whatever his name is. Nail painter. Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
There's been others as well I've seen. I just can't think of their names at the moment. They have been struggling in OTAs. Michael Penix seems to be doing just fine right behind Kirk. He's learning things, and that's a good sign. They found out they have things in common. They're creating a bond, and that's what we needed.
Bond, like you just said, Philip Preston here with the comment. Kirk likes his receivers. Already has that continuity going on, bringing the offensive lineman to Texas Roadhouse, as he said today in his interview. The lineman will be going to Texas Roadhouse. He threw shade at some restaurant. I can't remember what restaurant he said, but shout out to Texas Roadhouse. You will be feeding our O lineman. Miss Pam in the chat said Drake is gonna do it. Carlton Bunch in the chat said really believe Drake London is going to light it up. This is the year for him to do it, man. This is the year that Drake London can finally say he was the best receiver out of that draft class. No more Olave talk. Drake London was the better receiver out of that draft. Preston Sapp in the chat said, look at his targets when he was with the Washington and that transferred over to Vikings and soon with the Falcons with London. Facts, it's going to be crazy, deadly here in Atlanta. I really do think the Falcons score 28 to 30 points a game this season. TDP Mojo in the chat said, let's get it. Y'all boys keep doing your thing. Shout out to you, Mojo. Appreciate you tuning in, brother. Hit that like. Share to a Falcon fan, man. We at $3.99 trying to reach 400 here tonight on the live podcast. Mojo in the chat said, if Kirk can get it together in playoffs, we're Super Bowl bound. It's our team is built to win. I think that's what he meant, win right there. Yeah, our team is definitely built to win. Philip, your thoughts on Mojo's comment there about how if Kirk can get it together in these playoffs, how the Falcons can make a deep run and possibly secure that Super Bowl here in Atlanta.
Okay, for starters, obviously our team was already built to win. We all know that. Even defense, it was built to do different styles. It was built to do different things. Same offensive wise, they were built to run separate, like what we ran last year on offense and then whatever that bullshit was. Anyway, but the West Coast, style like it seems like they're doing now and just other things like that on the offense. It's just they were already built, ready. I feel like if we get there, I don't think we're gonna settle for just to get to the playoffs. I think we're gonna go for it and maybe get a win or possibly get up there to the Super Bowl. It's a possibility.
And Philip, here's the thing, bro. We're not talking about a rookie quarterback here, bro. We're talking about a veteran that has never tasted, never sniffed a Super Bowl in his career. And Kirk Cousins wants it more than anybody else. The guy has a shelf in his house. Well, he did in Minnesota. A trophy case, man.
I'm sure he's got it now.
Lombardi would be huge to see it happen here in Atlanta. Philip, Falcon fans will love Kirk Cousins. He'll go down as maybe the best quarterback to ever play in Atlanta. Philip, your thoughts about that?
maybe not the best, but he will be honored as the guy who finally won the chip in Atlanta. Maybe the number one guy will always be again Matthew Thomas Ryan. I got to say the full name. I respect him. I love the guy. That's my guy from day one, bro. Ryan, but it's not even just about that. Ryan did so much, so he will be, man, he's just going to be the guy of Atlanta for years to come.
Brandon Keeler in chat said, please check yourselves. New Orleans, Tampa Bay, and Carolina. Atlanta is back in a big way. I really do believe that, man. Wallace Smith in chat said, I think our offense is going to get back to what we had in 2016, and that's going to be scary for teams to see.
I feel like it's maybe a little bit better, and that's tough to say.
Maybe.
That's tough to say. With additions to like Bijan, no, we don't have a Julio. Like we need that other big receiver. We don't have that Julio and Sanu. We just got that one big guy as of right now. But you have a Kyle Pitts, who also seems like that might be a Julio and Sanu duo with him.
Who says Rondale Moore doesn't go back to his 1,000-yard days
that's what I'm saying.
In Chicago? I mean, what if? Carlton Bunch in the chat said, I would like to see Tyler get the ball more. He was a 1,000-yard rusher. Big facts. Tyler Algier was a very
that's another reason. You have
you have a better coach now. You have a better.
That's why I think it's going to be better than 2016. You have two sets of backs that was 10 times better than what they were in 2016, and them two were studs. Mm-hmm. And that's crazy to think about. These two are even better to me, are better than what Coleman and Freeman were. And that's a scary sight to see. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Mojo in the chat said, never going to be number one, of course, but at least get us there. Kirko Chains for number 3 behind Ryan and Vic because of impact. Facts. The guy, if Kirk Cousins could get you there, he definitely goes down in your Falcon Ring of Honor. He's one of your top 5 quarterbacks of your franchise. So, yeah, Kirk Chains would have a lot of respect here in Atlanta to get us. I really think if you get us back deep in the playoffs, Falcon fans will respect Kirk Cousins.
Oh, for sure.
We haven't tasted it in so long, bro.
I think just winning games will, but we won't that win, though. Mm-hmm. Just win us games, he's going to be respected, but obviously you get us past that, it's going to be more than just a little bit respect, though. It's going to be actual love.
Yeah, no doubt. Falcon fans, we are talking Falcon football. Hit that like, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're on the road to 400, man. 399 as we speak. Hit that subscribe button. Share it to a Falcon fan. Philip, we're about to wrap this thing up. Got to help the wife with the baby. Philip, your shout-outs for tonight, brother.
And as always, man, excuse me, it's our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Without him, would not be here, man. I'm thankful to be here, talk to you guys, and talk about literally Falcon football. This is a dream, man. And shout out for this past weekend. It was a blast, man. That blessed moments that you cherish forever, man. It was just a good moment seeing everybody, taking the pictures. Like I said, this past Sunday, man, it was just awesome. Shout out to you. Shout out to Cody. He wasn't able to be here tonight, which is fine. He's doing things with his family. That's respected, So shout out to you two. Shout out to the fans out here, man. Just always showing love and support, man. It was a Tuesday night. We don't normally do this, but shout out to y'all for showing up. I don't really have much anything else to say, so as always, rise up, baby.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Philip for coming on the podcast now on this pop-up show. TDP Mojo, before we get out of here, we said we needed more than playoffs just because we've been there within the last 10 years. I agree, but then at some extent, just to get back in it, it's been since 2017 since you sniffed a playoff win. You've won one game in 2017, and then you lost to the Eagles in a very disheartened way. Falcon fans want to get back to the big game. I believe we can do it. I just think we got to take it step by step. Hopefully this team shocks everybody and comes out week 5 undefeated.
Maybe we're the Detroit Lions of this season.
Maybe, man. Falcon fans with big hopes, and so are we, bro. We really want it to happen here. Brandon Keeler said, excellent job, fellas. See y'all soon. Shout out to Brandon Keeler for tuning in, man. Carlton Bunch said, God bless y'all. God bless you, Carlton Bunch. Appreciate you tuning in and supporting the channel as you do so. Glad to have you here at DFU. Philip, my shout-outs for tonight, man. As always, as you said, shout out to the man upstairs, man. Without that, we wouldn't be here. Shout out to everybody in the comments section for supporting DFU. Shout out to the new subscriber tonight, man. We're at 399 on YouTube. If you're watching this show after this live, hit that subscribe button if you're new. Leave a comment. We love talking to you Falcon fans after the show. Shout out to Mojo. He said, y'all have a great night. Catch y'all soon. Shout out to you, sir. Shout out to, like I said, all the new subscribers, everybody that leaves a comment. We greatly appreciate all the commenters, man. Y'all keep us going. Y'all keep these pop-up shows rolling because, man, without y'all, we really wouldn't have much to talk about. Once again, shout out to Cody Keeler, man, our other co-host here on the channel, bringing on no other than the Atlanta Falcon former Mike Johnson to talk Falcon football with DFU, man. It's going to be fun times here to come, and we weren't able to do this, but our guy Cody got it done, man. So shout out to Cody for doing that. Once again, if you have the time, head over to my Facebook page, Chase Cravey, and look up my GoFundMe. I've set up a GoFundMe for my guy Cody. His stepdad is battling stage 4 liver and pancreas cancer, I believe it is. We've raised up to $320 already, thanks to everybody that has supported the cause. Like I said, even if you don't donate, just share. That's all we ask. Just share to get it out to more people. We greatly appreciate everybody, even if it's just a share. Just give my guy Cody a uplifting word, man, because it's very tough times going on through that situation. Wallace Smith said, if the defense can give us what our defense did last season or a little better, we're going to be a tough team to beat. Facts. Carlton Bunch said, when we get to the playoffs, we going. Yes, sir. Once again, man, shout out to everybody here on the channel. Shout out to all the viewers tonight. Much love. It's your boy Chase and Phillip from Dirty Fanatics. Night, man. We out. A-Town down. Rise up.